lot of fun here on Telling It Like It Is. Love this time of year. NBA Finals. Then we get the draft. Then we get Summer League, which is my favorite time of year. NBA Summer League is so much fun watching all these guys who just competing their ass off every night. Really a lot of fun. Can't beat it. Game two is not without its strangeness, but definitely some interesting things for game two, though, that we got to talk about. And, as much as people overanalyze things in these games, if you look at the score of that game again, Boston probably going to really regret early in that first quarter. They had some opportunities to really get a little bit of a stranglehold on that game and maybe make the Warriors have some doubt, but they got sloppy with the basketball. Smart picked up two, Brown picked up two, and of course, we've said this a million times, the refs in the NBA series have more effect than any other championship game or series in any sport. There's always a big adjustment between the refs, and it always seems like they favor the veteran team. That's the sexy team, the traditional team that's been good in the last several years. And you knew that the Celtics were going to get that crap whistle the other night, and it wasn't consistent in the first quarter. After that, it kind of evened out, but by that time, it didn't look good anymore. It was kind of late. But, Celtics were there at the half, but after that, it just got away those Warriors third quarter runs. But the Celtics definitely will regret that. They could have had a little bit of a stranglehold, probably could have got up 10 to 15 points there and then got sloppy. Tatum, on paper, his numbers look good, but was not good with the basketball. And decision-making wasn't good. I mean, a couple of things about that. The Warriors switched a lot and Tatum settled for jump shots. You might say, hey, shot well from three-point range. He shot well for the game. But, yeah, at the same time, though, he's not getting anybody else shots when he's settling for step-back shots. And so the thing is, he couldn't get guys like Smart. All right, he couldn't get guys like Horford and guys like Pritchard and White. Couldn't get them going. So he might be more important as a facilitator. And plus, you're not getting anybody in foul trouble this way. Plus, when Steph switches on, you got to make him pay. And I know you can hit a step-back shot over Steph. It's great, but take his body, take his heart, take his soul. But when the Celtics did a lot of switching, when the Warriors rather did a lot of switching, Celtics did not make the adjustment, and they settled for jump shots. But looking at the stats here on the screen, obviously the board, people talk about the Warriors being too small. Again, the backboard's the same. The assists this game were the same. That's a big difference. Steals, though, big number tonight. You get 15 steals against the Warriors. They're a great team in transition. 7 blocks for the Celtics, but at this point, the 18 turnovers for the Celtics is just a disgrace at the highest level. But they've done this several times in the playoffs. Nothing new here. So that's a big problem for them. It's been a big problem for them. And Coach Udoka talked about that. He talked about how the turnovers have been, big source of sleepless nights, basically, for him. He only shot 37% from the field. And here you go. Celtics shot 51% in game one, over 50% from the three-point line. And here you are again. You can analyze all you want. It's a make it, take it league. A lot of people talk about that all the time. We've mentioned it here in this program. 37.5% is not getting done when the Warriors shoot 45.3% and you're turning the ball over. So the Warriors not only shot better, they took care of the rock. The only thing the Celtics did better than the Warriors was shoot free throws. And again, they didn't make more, but they shot percentage better. But if you look at the stats of that game and the feel of that game, and the other thing about this game is, what are you doing with with just the incredible controversial stuff? I mean, I don't like seeing guys get thrown out of games, but Draymond should have been thrown out twice after the first technical. I've never seen him go back and rescind a technical, and it's just awful. And you can see it. And then Steve Javy comes on and gives light to all the gamblers who say the league is fixed. You've heard that talk for a while. And of course, you've had several refs in history who have been arrested and talking about it. And we've had point shaving in college basketball as well. So obviously in basketball, it is doable. It's been done. It's been done with CCNY. It's been done with Boston College. It's been done with NC State. It's been done with a couple of refs who are no longer in the league. So this brings all those people out of the closet, so to speak, to talk about how games are fixed. But, I thought Boston got a crap whistle. We knew it coming in, though. Not really shocked. What I would say is that, probably didn't matter the way they shot. But at the same time, Draymond is just out there assaulting people. That foul on Williams against Draymond. Draymond just tackled him and threw him to the ground. I don't even know what Williams did. He stood there as Draymond threw him to the ground. But if they're going to let Draymond play like that, he's going to get in your head. He did get in Brown's head a little bit. He started whacking at Brown a little bit. Brown got off to a great start, but then Brown cooled off. If we look at the box score here, got Jason Tatum for 34 minutes. Like I said, looks good on paper. Shot 42% for the game, though. 3 assists, 6 rebounds. All right, so that's a big difference. So obviously 28 points for him. And you say, well, geez, he had more points this game. Yeah, but he, he had 11 more points than he had last game, I believe. And yet he had about approximately 10 less assists. So that's a net loss because most of his assists the other night were 3-point shots. Horford 1 for 4, missed a couple of bunnies around the rim, 8 boards, not bad there. Williams not really a factor the other night, a couple of blocks, but didn't look totally healthy. Jaylen Brown with 5 for 17, but he started off hot as a firecracker. And so again, the Celtics just did not shoot well. Marcus Smart nowhere to be found, 1 for 6. Grant Williams 2 for 2 involved in that assault play. Derek White 4 for 13. So nobody shot the ball well. And again, the Warriors' backs were against the wall. They had to have that game. Good that at least was a blowout and they could get them out of the game early and get a little rest because the Celtics been involved in 2 7-game series in a row. Not bad for them to get out. Lively stepped in the booth here. How you doing, Lively? She's under contract, and Rosie just fit the building. Lively's under contract for 2 biscuits a week, and she's excited about the NBA Finals tonight. We'll be watching that on the couch. For the Warriors, Wiggins 30 minutes, 4 for 12 as we see here, 6 boards, 2 assists, good defense. Draymond 2 for 3, 7 assists. He only took 3 shots. And as we said last time, I wouldn't guard him. And you know what? I think he got the picture. If I'm the Warriors in the locker room, I'm like, hey, Dre, pass the ball. Don't shoot it. Let somebody else do that. Looney, huge game. All right. 12 points, 7 boards. You get that out of Looney, just fantastic. Klay Thompson still hasn't found the stroke yet. Got hot for about 2 minutes. Steph, 9 for 21, not great, but again, 5 for 12 from 3. So it looks great on paper. He's always exciting. Jordan Poole got hot, but after the game was kind of in doubt, he got hot. So it's for the Warriors, that's got to be a good sign. Peyton did some positive things. Otto Porter some positive things. I still think a guy like Moody could definitely get involved in here, but Kuminga they didn't go to the other night. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then Belisha got hot for 3 for 4, 5 rebounds. He gave him some good minutes early. So again, the series is going to be interesting tonight. Game 3, again, really about officiating in the series tonight. If you're going to let Draymond get that, I'm sure he's going to play to the crowd tonight. He's going to start with a T. And there was some theories out there that Draymond gets the T early because that way then he knows he can get away with whatever he wants because he knows they won't throw him out. And like I said, Steve Javie admitting what we've already known for years is that the whistle is affected by who does what. And people could say, oh, you should call whatever you should call no matter what the circumstances of the game and who the player. But we all know that's a little crap. All right. The thing is, that people are going to get different whistles in different times. So we all know that. So the thing is, in NBA Finals over the years, it's had so much jostling going back and forth between games and game 1 and game 2 and free throws and people talking about all different kinds of things. Lakers, Celtics, Jazz, Bulls. Over the years, been so many different situations like this. Some other things in the NBA, obviously, still talking about trying to make the playoffs a little bit more quality with healthy bodies and still talking about some guys. Richard Jefferson didn't like to take on shortening the season, but I think it's a better move. These guys are softer. It's just the way it is. The game is played differently. These guys have better travel, better health, but doesn't matter. They don't want to play as much. The money is maybe kill the golden goose in respect. Play 70 games, go back to backs. Both sides have to give something up and no load magic. Both sides have to sacrifice. Then Draymond comes out and says, you guys were all getting bullied in the 80s and 90s. No, they weren't getting bullied. They all freaking grabbed each other. I think the difference today is if you throw a punch at a guy like Draymond, you're going to get suspended for like 5 games. Because back in the day, we saw Bird and Lambert choking each other in a game 6 of a 7-game series, and nobody got suspended. And it was better that way. Get it out on the court, take care of business, keep playing. Dr. J and Bird did that. We've seen Magic and Isaiah fight. We've seen all kinds of great players over the years fight. Maurice Lucas and George McGinnis way back in the day. So you've seen a ton of people fight on the court, and it was better. They didn't get thrown out. So I think I was listening to Eddie Johnson the other day on NBA radio. Does a great job. Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson was talking about, hey, back in the day, someone would have punched him in the face. And, they probably would have got, a little bit of a suspension depending on who they are. But in the playoffs, I don't think they would. So we'll see how this game is officiated tonight. The refs are going to give him a T early. It's just they think they're going to appease the Boston crowd by doing that. But then only if you have the balls after that to not take any crap after that. But maybe Draymond won't deserve it. But the push on Jaylen Brown after he falls to the floor and stuff and talking shit to him is, I don't know, he should have been thrown out, but he wasn't. So it'll be interesting. Be an interesting night ahead. The Celtics got to shoot better. You can make all the crazy comments you want. Celtics got to shoot better. Game 3 at home. This series is 2-2-1-1-1. For a while there, it went to 2-3-2, starting in 1985. Again, that's what we're the best here. I'm telling like it is. Most people are scratching their head, don't even know what the hell that means, but we're all over it. Just changed again a couple of years ago. So 2-3-2 format is no longer 2-2-1-1-1, which I like better. I think it gives the road team a better opportunity. Whereas 2-3-2, I always found it was very hard to be the team with the less games at home to win a game. So game 3 is tonight. Game 4 is Friday. We don't have 8,000 days between games, which is dog poop. So JJ Redick, of course, this week has said stupid things, but then again, that's what JJ Redick does best, just say stupid crap all the time. He's complaining about how Stephen A. Smith has put guys in the 80s and 90s on a pedestal that you can't compete with. Well, it's hard not to put them on a pedestal when they played every night and played 82 games. And you look at these guys, I mean, Jesus Christ, you got guys doing, what the hell is load management? You have to be kidding me. So it's just bull crap. So you want to know why people put on a pedestal? Because the product was better and actually looked like people give a shit instead of taking load measures. So it's like superstars miss like 10 games a year just because games. You look at guys like Kawhi Leonard. This guy's, he milked the whole season. We don't know what the hell happened. And this year again, supposedly out. But I mean, like, how can you say he's an all-time great? I don't care what talent he is. If you don't play, you're not playing. Kyrie Irving, same crap sits around. I respect the reason he sat, but Jesus, still, I mean, I'm sorry, you can't be, all-time immortal if you're going to do that. So Redick, obviously, just trying to say as much stupid crap as he can to get a click, but just incredible. I mean, well, they're immortalized, but 60s and 70s players immortalized in the 80s and 90s, and that's the way it was. I was there listening, so I know, and they deserve to be immortalized. Oscar Robinson, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, although JJ says they're plumbers, they could probably still beat him. So the thing is, JJ's always going to say something stupid, so that's just the way it goes. So tonight, game 3, see what happens. We'll see what the Celtics make any adjustments with that pick and roll. We'll see if Draymond reverts back to taking shots when he's open. And again, Celtics got to attack the pick and roll. Can't just settle for jump shots. Not going to get anybody in foul trouble. You're not going to take advantage of your size advantage going to the hoop. Golden State does not have a shot blocker. Got to take advantage. It's got to get Brown. Got to get Tatum going to the rack. Marcus Smart going to the rack. Got to get guys going to the basket here. Take advantage of the fact that the Warriors have no rim protection. They just don't. This is the worst rim protected team in the history of the NBA Finals. You could find me a team that had less NBA rim protection in the history of the NBA Finals. You let me know. So, and everybody talks about how this team isn't as good as the Kevin Durant Warrior team. It's just not. And I'm not speaking out of school saying that. And, I know people say no shit, but yeah, it really isn't as good. That's obvious. So, Steph can get his own shot, but it's not as easy as KD getting his own shot. So, and again, all the small minds in the NBA groups, like just talking, just because a guy loses a game, they say he choked. It's just incredible. So Steph's had pretty much the same numbers as he had in game 1, pretty much. And because they won, it's like the old quote, best quote in sports history, Friday Night Lights. The only difference between winning and losing is how the outside world treats you. And that's 100% right. And, Steph's played two pretty solid games, not his best games yet. Tatum's had one game with interesting stat line. The other night was more of his traditional stat line, but even then didn't play his best. Brown got cooled off. We'll see. We'll see if Draymond starts at Brown again tonight, see if he can get Brown off his game. But Brown's got to go to the rack. And the Celtics got to take the ball to the rack if they want to win tonight. And, they can't rely on the crowd to come out and try to get them going because, sometimes at home you forget that. You think you're going to just get a boost and all of a sudden you come out, you're down 10. You don't want to do that. So good luck with the game tonight. Hopefully we get a good game. Hopefully we get a fair whistle. Just what you want is consistency of the contact. If you're going to call ticky-tack, call ticky-tack. If you're going to let them play, you got to let them play on both sides. So we'll see how game 3 goes. I'm telling you like it is. Again, we're on Apple. We're on all kinds of things. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. On Anchor. All right. Check us out on Spotify. Look us up. Give us a shout. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to come on. We'd love to have you on for game 4. I got some Celtic fans out there. Shout out to Nicky Dittmer tonight as far as he's trying to root for his Celtics. I think the 2022 Sharks are a little excited for this game tonight. Saw some texts rolling in before. Got some animosity there. Some for the Warriors, some for the Celts. We'll see. Either way, I'm just hoping for a good game, hoping the refs stay out of it, and hoping we don't know their name at the end of the game because that means he did a good job. And when that happens, that's always a good thing. So again, we're going to tell it like it is. We'll wish you a good night. And hopefully we'll get a good game 3. And we're going to get a game 4 on Friday. One game 4. See how it goes. That's a wrap. Talk to you next time. Tell it like it is.